you know that you really have speed? You have speed on the bike, but does your body have speed? Okay, that's the fade right there. That's the horse. All right, so. All right, so. Check this out right here. Let me use this. When we're generally pumping on these bikes, we get to the bottom of the movement, and we're here. We're actually pushing, and the heel's dropping down and flattening the foot out for a lot of folks. And I catch that all the time. This is exactly what you would want to do to get around that, is develop the quicker foot contact. And you don't just do that on the bike. So normally we want to angle the foot downward so we get this movement and we can get this foot, we can pull this pedal around quicker. But if you're here, you got to do all this extra movement at the bottom. They're flattening out, losing a lot of speed. Make sense? Makes sense to you too. Okay, so the first thing is, why do we use the ladder? I've talked about this before, I'll say it over and over. It's really speed work. We talk about speed work, and of course if you're a BMXer, you think speed is actually on the bike. A sprinter, you might think speed is only on the track, but in reality, in order to really get your body to move fast, you gotta consider speed training is training your body to go fast. It's training your body to reach high levels of speed. How are you gonna reach a high level of speed when the tool itself is a resistance that doesn't allow you to actually apply the movement at the rate, movement of the body at the rate that you could naturally. So it's actually slowing you down. What's happening is we get better at using that tool out of the gate, and being compared to 7 others, you might be the fastest out of the gate, but how do you know you're really, really fast? How do you know that you really have speed? You have speed on the bike, but does your body have speed? All right, so what I'm gonna do is show you a guaranteed way to actually get the speed in you, so that whether you're riding a bike, swinging a bat, kicking a ball, right, sprinting down a track, or sprinting on the turf, or on the court, whatever it is, you know you really got speed. Because a lot of people have bike skill, but they don't really have body skill. Anyway, so the first thing we're gonna do is a 2-in. 2-in is the most basic drill. It's 2 feet in each. The significance of it is that it teaches you the basic pattern and the movement and the contact, okay? Because one thing I haven't talked about is that the contact, if you look at my foot, that movement there, we want that to take about 1/10 of a second per foot, okay? So as I show you, I'm gonna start slowly, and you're gonna see that this takes about 1/2 a second with each foot contact. And it might look that way for you when you first start, and that's okay. All right, so it's dynamic stability, because I have to remain stable, but I have to also be moving. Dynamic stability. So I'm gonna put 2 feet in each box. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep my heels off the ground, using my arms, and keep my body nice and steady, okay? Then I'm gonna speed it up a little more. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right, listen to the pattern too. Nice and steady, nice and stable. Do it again, picking it up a little faster. Even a little faster. Maybe a little faster. Okay, so what we just did, we did our basic 2-in, and that's really all there is to it. You really just have to practice it. I could go on and on, but this is 101, so I'm not gonna go all into craziness on 101, but I want to make sure that you understand something called negative force and positive force. When we're moving through this ladder, you will notice that when our feet hit the ground, the heel is up, and it's gonna travel down to the ground to a point where we get a nice stretch in the calf, and then the calf's gonna respond by popping away from the floor. However, if you know how to do this, you can harness power in that foot and that ankle, right, in the calf. But if you don't, you're probably gonna let the heel hit the ground, and because of that, we lose the springy stuff that we're working on, and we have to kind of regenerate it every single step. So you're gonna lose a lot of speed. So I'm gonna show you the proper footing, so that when you go through this, you learn how to call ankling. You learn how to angle the foot so that it bounces off the ground on its own. If you let the foot drop, you're gonna hit the ground, you're gonna have all this space to cover before you get here to bounce and spring away. If you set the foot up here, you bring it down, pop, and it bounces right back up with maybe that much movement as opposed to that much movement. Right, that's actually good. That's actually how we teach 1-2s like that. Okay, just keep doing 1-2s. Let's go, same thing. 1-2. One, two, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Okay, now put those together. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Right, both knees same height. Right, do it again. Balance, both knees same height. Let's go, finish up, take it home. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, done. Exactly.